Hello Chatterbox out there. Today in this video I'm just going to be telling you guys out there about what I got to on my Wednesday. It's a middle of the week, so you guys know what that means. Only 2 more days until it is the weekend. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. Today I got up early and I had some cereal and went downstairs and listened to some music and went onto my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. My dad was at work and so is my younger brother and older brother and sister, and my younger sister's in uni. My mum was out and she was watching some TV, and I watched This Morning and Lorraine and Loose Women did some arts and craft, and my dad got back from work and he went off to bed and he's off this afternoon, and I managed to get round to watching the newest episode of the reboot of Charmed. I love it so far, and also watched the new Mamma Mia Here We Go Again film. Such a shame that they killed off Donna, but it was such a great film. ABBA have done some great songs and I just love that film. It's such a great film and good feel good film. Yeah, that's it. Feel good film. God, I'm tripping up on my words today. Just can't seem to get my words out today. It's just one of those days. And yeah, I also tidied up the kitchen, and my dad's up from having his nap and was sorting out stuff around the house and garden, and I feeded her for my dog Halves. I went onto my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram and posted some photos onto my Instagram, tweeted and chatted to my mates on Facebook, and I also watched the newest episode of Supernatural season 14. I love Supernatural so much and I hope it goes on for a long, long time. And watched some classic Doctor episodes and Merlin episodes and American Horror Story episodes. Did some arts and crafts and work touches and colouring pages and some new illustrations. Worked on an instructor my book and some new songs, exclusive stories for my dog, new show drama and filmed and edited that and played that. Sort of my Dolls and Dolls start from I've been working and filming my dog show drama and edited that and sorted out the sets and pots of that. And for my lunch I had some cheese and onion buns and a cup of tea, and I watched today's Home and Neighbours. Had to wait a while as my mum was sorting out the stuff in the utility room at the back, so it was pretty messy because there's lots of clothes and baskets and stuff everywhere. Like weird trunky land out there at the moment. And I helped my mum out a bit and sorted out stuff around the house. Then I was working on some new songs and I played on my keyboard a bit, and I'm really liking my this new jumper that I got. It's a bit uh, weird. I don't know what these things are. It looks like I've got shoulder pads. This is in the 80s, which it was. I loved the 80s. If I could go back into any time, I'd probably going back into the 80s. A lot of fashion for the 80s is actually coming back, which is also really cool. And I watched the Dolls Doll videos and the Dolls and Doll stuff off eBay, Amazon, and Smith. And I watched some Dollcraft videos and Doll Tour stuff and Doll Tour videos and doll making videos. And I watched Escape to Country, Grand Designs, and DLSOS and this Treehouse Making Competition show, and also watched some episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race, America's Next Model, and some X Factor, BGT, and The Voice auditions. And I then was sorting out my office film. I've been working on my book and some new scripts stories for my dog drama. And Hollyoaks last night, the week of the Hollyoaks storm, has kicked off, and it's so good. It's carnage. There's the tree falling down, flood. One of the bridge by the pond has collapsed, and it's just all kicking off. And I can't wait to see what happens next. And on Friday, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina starts, and I'm so excited for that. Like with Charmed, I was such a big fan of the original. I was a bit on the fence with that, but I really love that now. So I really hope the same with the new spin-off of Sabrina that they're doing. And apparently it's more like Riverdale, so it's more like dark and edgy. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I can't wait for the new Riverdale episode to come out this Thursday. Love Riverdale so much. KJ Apa as Archie. And I watched some classic Disney and Nickelodeon and Boomerang and Cartoon YouTube and CBC shows like Am I High, Wolfblood, That's the Raven, Lizzie McGuire, and some other stuff like that. And I watched The Little Mermaid and watched Big Hero 6 and some other Disney movies and watched Wally. I haven't watched Wally in a long time. I remember when I first watched it, I went over to my family friend's house and stayed up quite late, and that was great watching that film. Love it. And watched 101 Dalmatians. That's probably one of my favourite films. But still, to this day, whenever Cruella Glenn Close shouts, always freaks me out because she is pretty scary as Cruella de Vil. And yeah, I love Glenn Close. She's such a great actress. And I watched the second Guardians of the Galaxy and the live action Beauty and the Beast, and watched Lady and the Tramp and some other classic Disney movies, and watched some stuff off record on BBC Play and catch up that I needed to watch. And I did some illustrations and worked on my book, read a bit to my mum and dad that I'd been working on that I was very proud of. And I put a post onto my Facebook that got quite a lot of likes. It says sometimes having dyspraxia does get to me and does frustrate me because things that most people find easy, I find hard. So it does get me down a bit, but then that just makes me push harder. And so when I do achieve things that most people find easy that I find hard, it makes me feel proud and shows that whatever you set your mind to, you could do it. As long as you just trust yourself, believe in yourself, and just try and keep trying. And yeah, you could do anything, no matter what gender, race, sex, or disability. As long as you believe in yourself and you just keep on trying, you can achieve anything. And loads of people liked it and were messaging saying, "Oh, you're so brave, you're so strong," and all this stuff. I was like, "Cheers." And then I've been made admin of this Doctor Who group again. We were all made unadmin. We were all kicked off the group, and I was like, "Oh well, fine." So the end of that. And then it all came back, and everyone was especially saying, "You need to come back to the group." I was like, "There's so much drama in it. It's literally like being in a soap," and it's stressing me out. So I've just muted the messages. Group chats are the bane of my life. The binging and the binging and the binging and the binging and the binging, and I was just like, flipping heck, go to sleep. I'm trying to sleep, so I just mute it so I can sleep. Otherwise, I'd be up till God knows when, because they just keep on messaging all through the night, and it just stresses me out. And anyway, so I also did some new designs and painted my dolls and dollhouse, sorted my dolls and dolls out and some of my newer dolls and put them on display and put some of the older dolls back in storage. I then went downstairs after sorting stuff out in my dollhouse, and I was watching some Friends and Big Brother and How I Met Your Mother episodes, Warm Laughter. I just love comedy so much. And I watched some episodes of Birds of a Feather and Dear Ladies and Open Hours and Still Open Hours and Fuller House episodes. And I watched the Lizzie McGuire movie, haven't watched that in a long time. And I also watched The Grinch, love that film, and Love Actually, and some other Christmas films. Although it's not even been Halloween or fireworks night yet, I'm just feeling so festive. I was at the high street the other day and they've already started putting the Christmas lights up for the Christmas lights and fair, and I'm just so excited for that. And I'm excited for Halloween as well because the Halloween films and also all the candy that you get to eat, so that's good. And my friend I saw the other day said apparently I've lost weight, and I was like, "What, from the side?" And he was like, "No, you're looking good." So I was like, "Thanks." I'm trying to get into shape. I'm doing a lot of walking and trying to watch what I eat. And yeah, I also worked on some new songs. I played on my keyboard a bit, and that's going really well. Working on some new material, and really enjoying that. Did a bit of karaoke, and this was a bit of Camila Cabello, Kylie Minogue, Dido, Enya, and some Panic Disco, Pearl Rose, Paramore, and some Olimers and other singers and bands. And I then went off for a bit of a walk, popped to shops, got a few bits and bobs, and then got back. And I watched today's Home and Neighbours and some other soap stuff off the TV up the end room that I need to watch, and caught up on Home and Neighbours as I'd missed a few episodes. And then I watched the Bugs Bunny Looney Tunes back in action film. Loved that film so much. And also watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and watched Manning episodes, and watched Ever After, and watched Burlesque, and watched some other musical dramas and shows and dance drama stuff, and watched some old episodes of Waterloo Road, Skins, Green Show, Degrassi, and watched some other soap stuff, and watched some web series stuff, and watched some YouTube videos and some vlogs and vines, and I watched some of the finals that I'm in, like Wagwan, Will and Sunny, and Malik fanfics, and worked on some fanfic, and watched some fanfic, and wrote some fanfics. I watched some fanfics and wrote some fanfic, and I am now off to go finish off working on my book and sorting my beta those out, as I'm going to be sorting them out tomorrow. And woke up this morning and it had been raining, and it was lovely. The smell and sound of rain just makes you feel so calm. The rain's gone now and the sun's come out, so that's great. And I'm now off to go finish working on my book and have some cinnamon hot chocolate, which is delicious, which my older sister's boyfriend made for us. And then I'm going to be watching some more Dot 2 and Supernatural episodes and getting my Bleater Dots out ready for you to sort out tomorrow. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. Have a lovely rest of your week, and I shall see you soon with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.